Hey guys, welcome back to the Signal PopCast. My name is Alyssa Shotwell. I am the online editor at the Signal and the co-producer of the Signal PopCast. And today we have...
Hello everybody, the name's Troylon Griffin II, yours truly, the assistant editor of the great Signal newspaper and all that good stuff.
I'm Brandon Peña, the editor-in-chief of the Signal, and also the moderator of the Signal Soundbites podcast that you should go listen to at some point.
Wow, that's cheap.
What's up, everyone? This is Justin Murphy. I am the managing editor for the Signal, and I'm also the moderator for the Sports Talk podcast that you should also check out.
Hi guys, I'm Emily Wolfe, and that's about it.
No.
Signal Intern.
You just finished the wingspan.
I don't know, what are we doing? Okay. Hi, I'm Emily Wolfe, and I am the first intern for the Signal.
Yay! This is a historic moment.
Despite all the shameless promo by some of our guests, today we're going to be talking about Infinity Wars and Infinity Wars only.
Which, let's be honest, is all about superegos and stuff. So
yeah.
I mean, we're definitely in line with that.
We're on the right track.
Superheroes, superegos. All of you research communication methods people will like that. Let's start off with our outline.
Yes, guys. So just FYI for all those tuning in, this is a spoilers review, discussion, and talk. We'll be talking all things death. I don't feel so good. All of that good stuff.
That in the spoiler.
Start over. Stay spoilers.
Yeah, you have to wait 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I did. Okay. I'll start over.
They're reaching for their pause button, and you're like, died.
Okay. I'll start. I'll start over. Okay. Just FYI, guys, this is a spoiler review, discussion, and talk about all things Avengers Infinity War. We are going to be talking about our initial thoughts. We're going to be talking about maybe some of our bad thoughts we might have had. And, of course, we're going to close with some great promotion about why you should follow us on social media and everything. So, just a warning again. Spoilers. Beware. Final warning.
Well, my spidey senses are interested.
If you don't feel so good about spoilers, maybe you should divert from this. But now we're starting the spoilers.
There was no other way we could do it.
Okay.
At this point, if you are listening to this and you don't want spoilers, then clearly there is an issue in your life. You have your priorities not straight. You are under a rock of some kind, and we can send for help if you call now.
Okay. So first thing we're going to talk about, of course, is our initial thoughts. Did the movie meet your expectations? Which of the deaths on that slaughterhouse of a movie hurt you the most?
Can we just have a moment of silence?
Yeah. All you can hear is the AC.
It's a lot more than some characters got.
I think I'll go first. Infinity War definitely met up to my expectations, and I guess everybody's gonna say Spider-Man, but I will go and say Loki, because that was within the first 5 minutes of the movie,
shocked me.
And I was like, what?
When that happened, I was like, is this for real?
Yeah,
I was like, it's a joke. It's a joke.
It's like shit just going down right now.
Yes.
I gotta say, the one thing that really struck me is that obviously, Loki has seemingly died before, but he, apparently didn't. And the thing that really affected me was just how brutal his death was. They could have easily obliterated him or stabbed him, but I love just how brutal he just got choked to death.
They wanted you to know
how cold and how
you saw
broken.
the color change.
Yeah,
in his face.
it was crazy to me.
But I honestly like that because of the fact that it made me on the edge of my seat for the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It sets you up. You're like, okay, there's gonna be heartbreak. This isn't gonna be the fake kind where we go, oh, it's gonna be lots of death, and we have one minor death.
Yeah.
No, they're like, no, we're doing this.
Yeah.
My first thoughts were, they're really going to stick to this 3-hour runtime. They're not going to go over if they're already killing people in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was one thing that really shocked me, just how fast-paced it was. I really thought that it might, be tedious and not get to the point immediately, but I love how it instantly started, okay, Thanos is here, let's just start. I was really expecting something more tedious. I like that it didn't take its precious time.
And I like that they did a review in the beginning of the Infinity Stones because I watched the movies, but I never paid attention that much to the Infinity Stones. So it was nice having that, like, sort of quick crash course lesson about what they are and what they do.
And where they were.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay, now I am more into this. But yeah.
Speaking of the Infinity Stones, listen, that Soul Stone revelation, I was shook beyond all measure.
That whole situation just was very, very, very disturbing.
Well, what did you guys find shocking about it?
That Gamora died.
That was like, she was my hardest death for some reason. Like, Gamora is my favorite, and I was crying.
For me, she was like a tough second. Like,
I screamed.
And you know what's so funny? It's like when I was watching it, it's like I knew where it was going, but I didn't want to believe it was going.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I know where this is leading, but it's like,
no.
how is she going to survive this? How is she going to be saved from this? And it was like, there's no way. It's not possible. Like they're literally going to kill her off. Like what is going on?
But also, like the fact that Red Skull was the keeper of the Soul Stone.
That was a big.
That's what got me. I was like
the fact that Red Skull returned. And it was interesting to me because, you know, there had been so many rumors he would eventually return. And it was rumored he would return in Civil War, not the Infinity War. So I love that by the time he came around, it was when we thought we would never see him again. So I like that they really tried to surprise us. And not even try, they did surprise us. That was pretty great.
And he was like, the tears aren't for, what did he say?
The tears aren't for him, they're for you, or
Gamora.
something like that.
When Gamora obviously realized that.
Yeah,
he was gonna kill her. And I agree with you, Emily, in the fact that like when we get into the other deaths, like they might come back. Yeah, we don't know about Gamora.
Gamora's iffy. We'll talk about that in part 2, though.
I feel like Gamora, Loki, and Idris Elba.
Heimdall?
Yeah, that guy. You know, it's so funny because we were watching it and we're seeing the credits roll. And my mom was like, wait, Idris Elba was in this movie? It's like, yeah, he was like the first guy I killed. Like, what are you talking about? Like, wait, he was in the movie? Yeah. I don't know the character's name, but he was in there.
Gotta bring up Spider-Man. The thing that hurt the most is, you know how, I mean, like, none of us have kids, but something that parents talk about. Now we know of, right? Something that is.
And we all look at Troylon.
Only 2.
Something that is discussed often is like they never nobody wants. I mean, he didn't bury Spider-Man. Like nobody wants to bury their kid or die before their kid. And since they have that fatherly relationship that's been developing over like 2 or 3 movies, that hurt.
But what I liked about it, like looking back at like the behind the scenes stuff, is that he improvised that whole like I don't want to go, I don't feel so good.
Did he
improvised that?
Oh, I love it more.
And so like that's what made me love the scene even more. It's like they just kind of told him like just kind of go with it, and so he improvised like that whole thing, and it's like that's crazy because it would seem like something that we written down, but the fact that it wasn't written down, he just based it off of his own portrayal of the character was like wow, it's like even deeper.
And plus, even when you look at, you know, from Tom Holland, he's such a Joker and stuff. Like, from his perspective, I can just picture, you know, even if he wasn't really getting emotional, him saying, I don't want to go, because he doesn't want his character, who he just started playing, to go and stuff like that.
My thing is, like, whenever I saw Bucky, like, dissolve or whatever.
Yeah, we need a word for what exactly happened to him.
Dusted? I don't know.
Disintegrated.
I was like, okay, they're gonna like pair them up, like so one person's gonna die in each group, and so I knew they weren't gonna kill Tony Stark, and so I'm like, I was already prepped for it, even though it was just a couple of seconds of prep. I was like, Peter's gotta go, bye. Like I knew that was gonna happen, and so I wasn't as upset, and I was like, 'cause I knew which ones were gonna go.
But can we also talk about the fact that Groot died and Rocket was so disheartened? That literally broke my heart.
Yeah.
That was my top.
Because his last word was dad.
I know.
He called Rocket dad, and I was like,
wait, what? I think I missed that. I didn't see that.
I missed that too.
Yeah.
That was
You said dad.
I know.
Oh my God, I am Groot. Groot.
I feel like isn't Griffin like live on because like his arm thingy was in the
Same.
the hammer, like he can just like regenerate, right?
Well, no, because he disconnected himself and like.
Let's hold on to that part
Yeah.
too. We're going to theories as we're talking about that.
Can we talk about the comedy aspect of the movie? Because like he brought up I Am Groot, and when freaking
When he was a teenager?
when Thor joined the Guardians, and he was like, "You speak Groot?" And he's like, "Yes." It was an elective on Asgard in high school or something like that. I was dead. I was dead.
Okay, can I just say, as somebody who is a big SpongeBob fan, I couldn't look at the guy, the one who kidnapped Doctor Strange, the servant of Thanos. I couldn't look at him the same. I couldn't look at him the same after Tony Stark called him Squidward. Like even my brother was like, "Oh, Squidward," and I was like, "His name isn't Squidward. It's like Ebony something."
No, it's Squidward.
He was like, "No, it's Squidward."
I thought he looked like Squidward, and I didn't. Obviously, you're not going to talk during the movie. I didn't say anything. And when he said it, I was like, I'm done. I was so done.
No, you know who I thought he looked like? He looks like a Star Wars character, but I can't recall the name. Well, I recall the name, but anyway, but he looks
can't recall the
like
name,
something.
you can't recall the name.
Well, he's an expanded universe character.
And then also when Steve Rogers in Groot, he was like, "I am Groot.
Yeah.
I am Steve Rogers."
So literal.
Oh my God, no! But the funniest thing to me was with Rocket and the Winter Soldier. Yes. Not just the fact that it was so badass when they were spinning, but also when Rocket's like, "How much for the gun?
Yeah.
It's not for sale."
Oh, I'm gonna get that arm.
How much for the arm?
Get that arm. Yeah.
I just really like the interaction between like Thor and Chris Pratt's character.
Oh, Star-Lord?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not changing my voice. That's how it's always been.
So let's talk about the bad. Is there anything that made you mad during the movie?
The death.
Okay.
Actually, yes.
Okay, the fact that they
or the viewing experience. Like, did you have a rowdy theater that was not rowdy?
Well, it was funny because when we first got there, like 2 seats beside us, there was a lady who brought her toddler, like not even like a full 1-year-old. It was like a baby. And he's sitting there and he's quiet at first, and then he starts getting fussy. He's like, "Oh, this is not going to end well. This is not going to end well." And so like maybe about 15 seconds into the movie, she had to get up and walk out. She never returned.
That's good parenting though. Like,
it's
yeah, like she thought about the other people.
But then it's also like, okay, you just wasted money on tickets. No,
yeah.
Hashtag adulting with the signal.
Right?
Don't do that.
That just wasn't a smart idea. But other than that, it was great.
Well, I think one thing I have to say that I'm a bit questionable about, simply because of I really had to suspend. What's that term? Suspending your
disbelief.
Belief? Yeah, a suspension of disbelief. One thing I really had to suspend in my disbelief was the fact that, okay, after Thanos did the infamous snap, you mean to tell me, for some reason, only people we've just been introduced to, maybe a few people that are kind of old, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but for the most part, new people and just a few minor people were the only ones that disintegrated, and yet somehow Captain America and Iron Man still survive. Like, to me, I just think Captain America gets too lucky. Like, come on.
Well, to me, it's because the Avengers movie is going to be coming out next year, and so you need the Avengers, the original.
Yeah. Like, I get...
It wouldn't make sense for them.
I mean, I get that Cap and Iron Man still need to resolve their differences, which is why they're both still alive, but I just felt like it was too big of a coincidence that Cap still gets so lucky. Because he's very lucky sometimes. Like...
Superheroes in general.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
yeah, but Cap is...
Let's keep it...
Cap, you know.
Okay, I'm not a fan of the Ant-Man movie, but I do like Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, and I was excited to see like his how it gets very large and very small, like that dynamic in a fight scene, kind of like in Civil War, and I was like, and then throw Thanos in there, it's gonna be crazy. And they're like, yeah, he's hung up on something. He's like house arrest or something. And like, oh, is that one line that we're not going to put him in the movie?
Yeah.
Where was Clint?
No, that's what I was going to say.
Remind me?
No, we don't need Clint.
Hey.
Hawkeye.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I know you like him, that you were on that list.
I'm on that list.
I was surprised when I saw it.
I was so
upset.
Yeah, I was mad that he wasn't in there, especially after all the rumors that he was going to be in there as Ronin, like from the comic books. I was pretty excited to see where that character would go.
IMDb at first had him as being in the film, and so that's why I was assuming he was going to be in the film.
Well, I think the fact that they made Infinity War 1 and 2, they were filmed back to back, so he's probably going to be in part 2. So they're naturally going to include all the people that were billed for both
Which
parts.
goes more into the theory, but real quick, I think that makes kind of sense because now you have somebody who's an Avenger who wasn't necessarily a part of the... So he has fresh eyes, he has like fresh... That goes into like part 2 later.
He's going to be like, wait, the purple guy, who's
wait,
this?
what happened?
Yeah.
Like why did my wife and children disintegrate?
I think,
oh my god!
I think the biggest thing that disappointed me was I'm just not a big fan of the Scarlet Witch Vision love storyline. I thought it was. I think it's a humongous stretch.
Well, no, it happens in the comics.
Okay, but still,
also like
I wasn't a fan of it in the comics.
difference.
I'm not a fan of it in the MCU.
There's also like a large age difference, and that's all I could think about.
All I could think
Between Paul
about
Bettany
was
and Elizabeth Olsen. Yeah.
all I could think about was the fact that she was dating a freaking computer.
Love is love.
He's an
What
android.
was that movie that they did where the guy fell in love with the that movie?
Wait, is it her?
I think
Her.
It was like
It's weird.
at least he's
not
an
a fan.
actual being.
Well, wait.
Whenever she was like taking the Mind Stone out of his head, and she was basically killing him. When that whole situation happened, and then Thanos came back and like reversed time, I was not expecting that. Like I don't know why in my mind, I did not totally expect that, even though it's like
It made sense.
It made sense.
I caught it a couple
happened,
seconds right before.
and then I was like, "Oh shit, he can do that!"
Yeah.
Well, wait. Okay, I'm not sure this is necessarily bad, but can I just say, like, this between the Marvel movies we've seen this year basically told the rise and fall and the brief stint of king that Black Panther was. Like, we literally had, like, Black Panther come out, him become the king and everything, then Wakanda gets destroyed, and then now is not the time to die.
Can I talk about why they had to even have the battle in Wakanda? Like, they opened it up and like, let's have a battle here, guys.
Like, it's like, oh my goodness, like, Black Panther is so revolutionary and everything, and then boom.
It's like the only army. Like, everybody else is like duos or a group of 7. You need the army. You need Michonne. Michonne took out like a lot. I saw her. Okay.
Fair enough.
Which is funny because whenever he was like reaching out to her, I thought she was gonna be the one to decide.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna be the one to
like, oh snap, we're going there.
Yeah, like.
But then but then it made me think like, okay, but I know there's gonna be a Black Panther too, so this doesn't really excite me.
Okay, it's after. There's gonna be a Guardians of the Galaxy 3. There's Rocket and Nebula left.
How are you gonna do this?
No, all these movies though, they come out after.
Oh, Thor.
Yeah, after the Avengers.
The only ones that come out before where it's gonna affect the timeline are ones that happen before. Like they're setting up Captain Marvel, and that one's that's gonna be set in the 90s, and then the Spider-Man one that they're doing.
Did y'all stay for the very end scene?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mother.
When I saw people leaving, I was like,
"Have you ever been to one of these?"
It's like y'all are fake fans. Fake.
I know there were so many people getting like, why are they?
I mean, I left, but I came right back. 3-hour film.
My boyfriend was like, I'm just waiting for it to say Thanos will return, and then I'll leave.
And then it did.
Yeah, it did. Exact words. Okay, so that's the end of part 1. In part 2, we're going to be talking about theories in the Unnamed Avengers 4 movie that already has a date next year. And also some things happening in Houston and movies coming out at the end of the month. So tune into that. Make sure you follow us on social media at facebook.com/Signal PopCast.